In some other news now, Nithin, a 23-year-old journalist, was found dead at his flat in Kozhikode in Kerala. The Media One news channel newsreader committed suicide last night. Investigations began after Nithin, who was supposed to reach office for the 8 a.m. morning show, did not turn up. Vivek now joins me on the phone line with more details. Vivek, extremely shocking case that coming to light. A 23-year-old has ended his life. Are we picking up any more details at this point as to what led him to take such a grim step?
I was talking with the investigation officer right now, but we did not. He is still not confirmed as what actually could have led to this incident that has actually shocked the journalistic fraternity as such. Now, if you look at the last 5 months, this is there have been 4 attempts of suicide of journalists, especially from the the media, the Malayalam media, and this is the 5th one where Nithin, a 23-year-old journalist who's also a newsreader and a sub-editor in Media One, has committed suicide yesterday in his flat in Calicut. It was, as you said, yes, he was supposed to be there at the 9 o'clock show in the Media One program yesterday night, but when his friends called him to stay, they were informed that he had committed suicide. I was speaking to a number of journalists from the same organization. They say that there is no particular reason that why he should take this extreme step. He was a very polite and friendly person who used to interact with all.
Pointing out, this news has certainly sent ripples across the journalistic fraternity there in Kerala as well. But as you're also pointing out, that this is perhaps the 5th case of journalists trying to or attempting to commit suicide. Is there any particular reason? Are they being faced with some kind of harassment from some external sources? Is that also another angle that is also likely to be looked at by the police?
Yes, that will certainly be an angle which will be looked up by the police, that whether there was any external force, which, because if they are pursuing some story which is not, which could have created some kind of ripples in the political or in the circles, whether anyone would have basically been threatening him. All those things will be coming up for investigation. Now, we don't know whether it's any personal reason that could have left or led to this reason, or whether it is any issue within the organization. See, these things are not clear till now. It's only in the next in a couple of hours, after questioning all the people around him, the people whom he whom he used to interact, the people staying near.
Has any word really come out from Nithin Das's friends or family members or perhaps colleagues that he has been very closely working with? Has any kind of information been revealed on whether he was going through a very difficult phase, or was that something that could be also looked at?
I was speaking to a few people, people in the same organization. They were saying that there is no reason that he could have taken a step like this. He was a very polite, a very friendly person till day before yesterday. When most of these journalists used to meet him, he was a very polite person and a very friendly guy. There is no reason that could have led to this. But this is something very shocking that a young journalist at that age of 23 has taken this extreme step.
Absolutely, Vivek. We will, of course, keep tracking these developments very closely. Extremely shocking case that are coming to light where a 23-year-old journalist committed suicide in Kozhikode in Kerala. But, of course, the reason still unknown. Police still looking at this case. And as Vivek was also pointing out, this perhaps the 5th case where journalists in Kerala have, in fact, attempted to commit suicide. And that certainly has sent ripples across the journalistic fraternity there in Kerala.